Most people believe empires collapse suddenly. One day they're powerful, the next day they're gone. But the truth is far more unsettling. The greatest empires in history didn't fall overnight. They slowly rotted from the inside, while the world still feared them. And the Ottoman Empire, one of the most powerful civilizations to ever exist, was no exception. For more than 600 years, it ruled vast lands, commanded unstoppable armies, and controlled the world's most valuable trade routes. Yet, despite all this power, it eventually became known as the sick man of Europe. Today, discover how one of the strongest empires on Earth quietly collapsed and why its story matters more than you think. Before we dive deeper, if you enjoy deep history stories that feel like movies, make sure to subscribe to Echoes of Times. We uncover the hidden patterns of history that still shape our world today. Trust, you don't want to miss what's coming next. The Ottoman Empire didn't start weak, it started hungry. In the late 1200s, a small Turkish tribe led by Osman I began conquering land with brutal efficiency. Their warriors were fearless, their leadership was disciplined, and their faith gave them unshakable purpose. What began as a tiny frontier state soon became a military machine. By 1453, the Ottomans did what many thought impossible. They conquered Constantinople, the capital of the Byzantine Empire. This wasn't just another city, it was the heart of the old world. When it fell, history itself shifted. From that moment on, the Ottomans became unstoppable. They controlled Southeast Europe, the Middle East, North Africa, and key trade routes between East and West. Their armies were modern, their cannons were unmatched, and their elite Janissary soldiers were feared across continents. Their sultans weren't just kings, they were caliphs, spiritual leaders for millions of Muslims. Power flowed through every part of their society. But here's where the story takes a darker turn. As the empire grew, it became rich. And with riches came comfort. With comfort came corruption. Over time, leadership shifted from strong warriors to sheltered rulers who had never seen a battlefield. Sultans were raised in luxury, isolated inside palace walls, disconnected from the people they ruled. Decisions were no longer based on strategy. They were based on ego, fear, and court politics. The Janissaries, once the most disciplined soldiers in the world, began to decay. They demanded higher pay, refused modernization, and even assassinated sultans who threatened their power. Imagine an empire where your own army controls you. That's what the Ottomans became. And while internal problems grew, the outside world was changing fast. Europe was entering the industrial age. New weapons, new ships, new financial systems, new ways of thinking. The Ottomans, however, resisted change. They believed their old ways were superior. They rejected printing presses for centuries. They delayed reforms. They clung to traditions even when those traditions were killing them. This is a mistake every powerful system eventually makes. They stop adapting. Trade routes shifted away from Ottoman lands as Europeans discovered sea routes to Asia. Their economy weakened. Their military fell behind. Their bureaucracy became bloated and inefficient. Bribes replaced loyalty. Positions were sold instead of earned. Slowly, the cracks became visible. One by one, territories began slipping away. Greece rebelled. Egypt grew independent. The Balkans became restless. Russia pushed from the north. European powers called them the sick man of Europe, and they weren't joking. The Ottomans were still large, but they were hollow. They tried to fix things. New laws, new schools, Western-style uniforms, new armies. But these reforms came too late. Every change faced resistance from traditional elites who feared losing power. Every step forward was met with 2 steps back. And then came World War I. The Ottomans made a fatal decision. They sided with the wrong allies. Their empire, already weak, was dragged into a global conflict it couldn't afford. Their soldiers were brave, but bravery alone doesn't win modern wars. They lost territory after territory. Famine spread. Revolts erupted. The empire bled from every direction. When the war ended, so did everything they had built. Their lands were carved up by foreign powers. Their capital was occupied. Their sultan was stripped of authority. In 1922, after more than 6 centuries, the Ottoman Empire officially ended. Just like that. Gone. But here's the part most people never think about. The Ottomans didn't fall because of one war. They didn't fall because of one bad ruler. They fell because they stopped evolving. Power made them arrogant. Success made them blind. Tradition made them slow. And history punishes those who refuse to adapt. If you're still watching, comment Empire below. I want to know who made it this far. And if this story surprised you, share this video with someone who loves deep history. Stories like this deserve to be remembered. Because the fall of the Ottoman Empire isn't just history. It's a warning. Every empire believes it will last forever. None of them ever do. And that is the most dangerous belief of all.